Hello everyone, my name's Nightfoxx, and welcome back to another video today where we're going to be talking about the Minecraft Better Together Update Beta version that's out right now on all Xbox One consoles. With the hype of this new version that's come out, a lot of Minecraft players have found themselves flocking to this new update to try to learn anything and everything that they can about what all this thing has to offer. I've tried to make this simple for you and done a lot of research and have come up with 10 of the best brand new features that I think are offered on this version that are different from the Minecraft console version. Let's go ahead and get started with number 1. The first cool feature that I'd like to show you actually helps out all of the builders out there. To help illustrate the coolness of this feature, first I'm going to load up a world in the Minecraft Xbox One version that we currently have, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So here we are in Creative. If I pull up the Creative menu, you can see it's a very well-known Creative menu. We all know what it looks like. And as you can see, up at the top are different tabs. We got building blocks, we got decorations, redstone and transportation, materials, food, tools and weapons, brewing, in the miscellaneous section. Now, if we wanted to find a specific block, say the end portal frame, some people might think that might be in the building blocks, but it's actually in the miscellaneous. So it forces you to kind of know where everything is. So we can go through here and just kind of pick out different things within each section and stuff, getting ready to build and stuff like that. But say you have a full inventory here and you will build with everything, and then you want to actually find something else that you're going to build with, not just the 9 items that you have. To go and click on it, you actually have to go in and try to replace one of the 9 items that you currently have in your hotbar. The only way around it currently is to get off the Creative menu and go into your Survival menu to move things around, and then go back into the Creative menu to put things back into your hotbar to continue on. In the Better Together update, otherwise known as the Bedrock version, the Creative menu is much easier and more simplistic to use than before. All you have to do is pull up the Creative menu and you can see things are still separated by different types of items with construction, equipment, items, and nature. And also, on top of everything else, you have the search feature. So if I was looking just like I was looking before, which was the end portal frames, all I would have to do is do a search for end portals and it would show up instantly. And you can take it from there and put it in your inventory. Now that's not it. Also, on top of everything else, say you were having some issues with, like we said before, with the hotbar filling up. I'm just going to go ahead and put some items in my inventory here, and we'll get full with the hotbar. But it doesn't end there. You can also pull up everything else, and it can continue loading into your survival inventory so you can use it for later. So at the very beginning, when you start your builds, you can get all of your materials all at once and not have to worry about switching back and forth. For those out there that are still worried about what if you can clear your hotbar if that's an issue, it's not. Just go down to the bottom where the hotbar is and hit the X button to clear the hotbar itself. This has opened up a whole new world for gamers and should help aid in faster map building. Let's go ahead and talk about the number 2 feature on this list. The second cool feature that's a part of the Better Together update is something that a lot of Minecraft console players have been wanting for a long time and have not been able to have it until now. If you go into the Creative menu, if you are in a creative world, you have now what is called a monster spawner. And if you go to the eggs, you can actually get mob eggs and choose exactly what type of mob spawner you actually want it to be. So in this case, we're going to choose something crazy like, let's do llamas. I think that's a cool thing to do. Let's go ahead and put some mob spawners down here. And we will go ahead and put spawn llamas in. And so then it should start, oh man, it should start doing the llamas. And there we go. And now we have llamas. You can also change it if we want to go in here. We don't even have to use a different mob spawner. We can just go ahead and let's do ocelots instead. Let's say I want to change this, not to llamas. Let's make this one ocelots instead. There we go. Now ocelots should spawn and stuff. With mob spawners now in the game, map makers can further enhance the gameplay. Let's go ahead and talk about number 3 on this list. To help illustrate the cool feature about number 3, I need to go back to the old version of Minecraft again over on the Xbox One. As you can see, I've got a spawn ocelot egg, and we'll just start putting some in and stuff. Well, it shouldn't take too long, but we are going to be met with this message right here. Can't spawn anymore at the moment because the maximum number of animals has been reached. With the Better Together update, there is no limit to how many mobs you actually spawn in at once. We can spawn in forever and not have to worry about the world limit of spawned ocelots or any other type of mob or even item frames or paintings or mine carts. None of that happens. There is no world limit to anything like that. However, keep in mind that the more ocelots or item frames or parrots or whatever you decide to put in, however many is in the area at that one time, keep in mind that the more there is, the more your frame rates will start to drop. So as you can see right now, we're at about 42.3. The more we put in, the more laggy things get. So now we're all the way at 31.8. It's starting to get down. You can start to see it get a little bit more laggy. Look at how much ocelots are in the area. This is crazy. There is so much lag going on right now. I'm all the way down to 8 frames per second. So crazy. Enter at your own risk on that one. Keep in mind, if you do have the Xbox One S or the new Xbox One X, you will be able to have your machine will be able to handle a little bit more than it has before. So that's number 3 on this list. Let's go ahead and talk about number 4. The fourth cool feature actually deals with this guy right here. So in the Better Together update, you can see right off the bat that the armor stands now have arms. But that is not all that they can do. Let's go ahead and put this stuff on them real quick. Put everything on and give them a sword and stuff. And if we go ahead and do everything like that, if we hit the crouch button, you can see in the bottom right hand corner, if you hit LT, you can now do something called pose. So if we hit LT, you can see he'll start to move and do different things. So there's one pose, there's another pose, there's another pose, there's another pose. Look at these different poses that there are. I think there's about 9 or 10 of them total. Let's see, there's one. That one is more looking like a dab. Obviously with the sword it looks a little bit different. And then he's got somewhere he's kicking that way, he's kicking that way, and then he's back to normal just about right there. And in a future update, this does kind of work now, but this is actually a known bug with the current version and stuff, but you can actually make him dance with redstone. So I'm gonna just go ahead and demonstrate that really quick. Like I said, there is a little bit of a bug and stuff, so it's not gonna work 100%, but you'll at least see him move a little bit. So let's go ahead and just put some delays on this, that way it's not going crazy fast. We'll go ahead and press the button, and then we'll watch him move. There we go. See, as you can see it, hang on, let's just go ahead and break that and see. Once he moves once, he won't move again. Now, we can probably fix this a little bit here. Let me just make sure I can fix it, and then we'll break it and start over. Hang on one second. There we go. And now we'll try it one more time until it's actually a circuit this time. And as you can see, he's not going to end up moving anymore. This is a known bug, but it should work in an update to where you should have dancing armor stands. Keep in mind, though, that will actually introduce a little bit of lag in the game, but it's still a cool feature nonetheless. Let's go ahead and talk about number 5. Now, I'm sure for all of those Minecraft console players out there, you have run into this issue right here. As you're exploring the world, you come to what is known as a world edge, where you cannot go any further one way or the other, and you're forced to build confined in an area. Keep in mind that the Xbox One is a lot bigger the world than the Xbox 360 version had to offer, but there was still a limit. In the Minecraft Better Together update, you can actually go into the game settings itself, and you'll see where it says World Type Infinite, which suggests that this world does not have any edges. So essentially, you can go into a world and just start going and going and going, and you will never run out of places to build and mine and explore. And as you can see, look at how they're in the distance, how things are rendering and how smooth they are. Well, let's go ahead and teleport to a place that's a little bit further out what Xbox One's jurisdiction would be. So let's teleport ourselves to something crazy, like 2,500,000 by 100 by 2,500,000. And we'll see what that does for us. And as you can see, it's still not, we can still keep going. There is still render distance and stuff for us to do. Keep in mind, the further we get out, you can start to notice that there is a little bit of lag in the render distance. You can start seeing it jitter a little bit. But we're 2 million blocks away from spawn. That is how far we're going, and it's still allowing us to go. But keep in mind, it is not infinite. Even though it says it is, there are limitations in the hardware. I'm gonna demonstrate that really quick. Let's go and do TP myself to 25 million by 50 by 25 million, and we'll see how that does for us. And as you can see, we are now in what is called the Farlands. We can't go left, right, but we can go up and down. As you can see, it's so much crazier. It looks like that's supposed to be water, but it's not rendering in at all. So there are some limitations to it, but it's a lot better than it used to be. So let's go ahead and talk about number 6. So since the Better Together update is meant to be played across multiple platforms, including PC and mobile devices, alongside with the Xbox console and Nintendo Switch, we have the introduction of something that allows us to chat with other players inside of a game itself. By default, if you hit the right directional pad button, you'll get what is called the chat and command menu. By clicking inside the text box itself, you can go ahead and type in messages, hit enter, and send it to the world. And as you can see, people, if they're in the world with me, they'll see the message pop on the screen that says hi. The problem with this is, if you have an Xbox controller, it can be very, very time consuming and very difficult to type out a message here. So if I say free the pig, like, look how long it's taking me to do this. I can type it in and stuff like that. It will type it, but it takes a godly amount of time to do so. You can actually make your life a lot easier if you had the Xbox chat pad, and then that'll allow you to actually type with your Xbox keyboard. But it's not perfect. There is still something more we can do. Say if you don't have a chat pad and you don't have like money to go and get one and stuff like that, you can actually plug up a USB keyboard and mouse, whether it's wired or wireless, straight into your Xbox console, either on the side or the back, and play with the keyboard and mouse. I can type so much quicker. Hi, I'm in this game, and it is hard to play on. And so then you go ahead and click X, and then everybody will be able to see you in the game, type in and stuff like that. I think I actually got somebody in the world right now, so it's going to be interesting to see this guy randomly. I don't know if he's going to text back or not, but it allows you to talk a little bit easier and stuff. But that's not it. They left the game. All right, then. Anyway, so another thing you can do, if you have a keyboard and a mouse plugged into your Xbox, you can actually play around with the keyboard settings itself. If you go into the menu and go into settings, you can change the controls and adapt them how you would actually play as if you were on the keyboard and mouse on your computer. You can also use your mouse in the settings menu by clicking. You can see the cursor on your screen and stuff like that, and you can click into different settings and change everything with the mouse and keyboard just as you could with a controller. So I can scroll down, I can move things left and right, I can click things, I can enable things and disable things. It basically is working exactly like it would if we were on the Minecraft Windows 10 version on the PC and we were using a mouse and keyboard. So for those PC users out there that are having a little bit of issues with the Better Together update and are trying to play on Xbox and they just can't figure out the controller and they prefer the way of the keyboard, you can definitely play it with the mouse and keyboard very, very seamlessly. So as you can see, I am actually using the keyboard and the mouse right now. Look at how fast we turn around with the mouse compared to with the controller. So it seems to be a little bit more responsive with the mouse and keyboard, but as you can see, it's just as good. In fact, you can't even really tell what I'm using at the moment, if I'm using a keyboard or a mouse. Just a spoiler, I was using a controller, but this is the mouse and keyboard right here. As you can see, it's just as seamless and stuff like that. So it really just kind of comes down to personal preferences and the ability to change back and forth. I've got both actually plugged up to the Xbox, so I can actually switch seamlessly back and forth without changing any options whatsoever. It's just a cool feature, so I greatly enjoyed the use of this, and I think it's really going to come in handy for the next feature, which is probably the most looked forward to feature in this Better Together update. So let's go ahead and get started with number 7. So number 7 on this list, some will argue, is the best reason for you to get the Better Together update if you haven't already. It introduces commands. And you can not only just do basic commands with, you know, teleporting and setting the world spawn, stuff you could do with the regular Xbox. We can actually take it a little bit further and not only just do day and night anymore. We can turn it from day to sunrise to noon to even just sunset itself and submit it, and it will continue to change everything over into where it's a sunset. So that actually is enhanced from before, but also it goes so much deeper and so much further into that. So if we pull up the inventory menu and we go over to the search option, currently in this very early edition of the beta test, we can go ahead and type in command blocks, and you can see that it does not appear on there anywhere. But that doesn't mean that it's not in the game. If you do a sneaky little command over in the command section itself, you can actually give yourself a command underscore block. There we go. And then we'll hit enter, and there we go. There is the command block. So it is in the game. You can also get different types of command blocks as well. You can also get yourself a structure block. Keep in mind, in this beta version, the structure block does not work, but it will work in future updates. But let's go ahead and talk about the command block itself. So you can change it to do different things. You got the impulse, the chains, the repeats. You can also do the unconditional and conditional, and you can see if it needs redstone or not. So in this case, what we're going to do, we're going to have it teleport us somewhere right here. So what I'm going to do is just do TP by 50 by 100. There we go, and we'll hit enter, and we'll set it. So now all we need to do is activate it, and because it does need redstone, I'm just going to go ahead and put a piece of redstone down real quick, in this case a pressure plate, and place it on top, or I guess in front of. Let's do on top though, and on top of the command block, and then we step on it, it'll actually teleport us to that said location. We can make it do all sorts of stuff actually. Let's say we want to put down one, and when you walk up to it and step on a pressure plate, it actually gives you a dragon egg or something. So what we're going to do, we're just going to type it in. We're going to do give at player a dragon underscore egg. There we go. We're going to hit back, and then we're going to make sure it needs redstone again. We're going to put this on right there, and then we're going to step on it, and sure enough, look at that. We've got a dragon egg. So you can make it do different types of stuff, a whole bunch of different things. You can make it set to night, set to day. If you want to have a list of like the commands and stuff, you can actually go online. I believe there's a way to see a whole list of commands. If I can find it, I'll put a link down in the description. Or what you can do is just do a quick little command, open up the command chat menu, and then just start typing, and you can see everything up top that actually is listed there. So on top of using command blocks, the Better Together update also allows you to use other commands, some of which aren't even available in regular vanilla Minecraft. One such command is the fill command, which is only available if you have the world edit mod on Minecraft PC. Let's say we have this hole here in front of us that we want to fill with sand, but we don't want to spend time actually filling it. All we have to do is open up the command menu, type in the word fill, and we have to type in the coordinates. Now keep in mind, this beta update actually does not have the coordinates listed anywhere or any way that you can find them. So instead what we'll do is we'll just do relative to our location. So first we'll put in our location by using that symbol. And then we'll do the 2, which is going to be our location minus 6 away from us, our location 6 down from us, and then our location again, and then 6 down from us again. And then we just type in the name of the block, we hit enter, and then we send the command, and as you can see, it filled 198 blocks just like that. And you can do something small or you can do something massive and put down 20,000 blocks all at once. So that's just a small little taste of the commands feature, and there's many more. And as the Better Together update gets updated from the beta version to the full release version, I'm sure you'll be seeing more, such as structure blocks, which are available but not being used right now, as well as some other commands. So be on the lookout for all the future updates in that. So let's go ahead and talk about number 8. So as we all know, with the old version of Xbox Minecraft, the most players you could have in a game at any time is 8. With the Better Together update, you can actually change the default setting from 8 to a higher number, somewhere around 30. Keep in mind though that since this is a beta update and this is also on Xbox One consoles, the servers aren't really that great, so they can't really handle that many players. The option is there, but when they get into the game, if it's 30 people all at once, all trying to go off one connection, chances are there's going to be a lot of lags and stuff. But the option is there, so all you have to do is just do a command, set max players, and then the integer, which in this case we're going to change to 30, and we're going to hit enter. And as you can see now, the max number of players that can join this world was 8, and now it's 30. So we can have 30 friends all here at once. I think the most I've heard somebody be able to do it and still be able to run around in the world though at the moment is 15. But as the Better Together update comes out, as well as the new Xbox One X, expect that number to raise significantly. So let's go ahead and talk about number 9 on this list. So number 9 on this list deals with the ability to play with others that you aren't friends with on your Xbox. One of the many known issues with the Xbox console version is that you had to be friends with somebody that you were playing with to be in their world and play around. With the Better Together update, we now have an introduction of servers where you can go in and click in, let's say, Mineplex, and go in and join players from all over the world and play again mini games and stuff left and right, so you're never playing alone anymore if you don't want to. On top of servers though, there's also the option to just download maps from the Xbox Marketplace. So as you can see here, we've got a few worlds that you can now download and play. Some are adventure maps, some are mini games and stuff that you can download and actually play with your friends if that's something that you prefer to do, and more maps will be added in periodically. The final cool feature that is coming to the Better Together update isn't actually quite available just yet. A few days ago, Minecraft themselves actually live streamed the Better Together update, and they were answering questions about mods. And the response that the viewers got back from asking if mods were going to be available was that they were. And if you wanted to see a list of some of the mods that were going to be available, all you had to do was go to mcpedl.com, and then you would be able to see the list of mods that are actually currently available on the Minecraft Pocket Edition that will be available on the Better Together full release version once it comes out in October. So that's it for this list. I hope if you found this video helpful, you'll consider liking and subscribing if you haven't done so already. Also, if you have any questions or comments, or if you have any cool features yourself that you would like to mention, go ahead and do it down below in the comment section. Just leave a comment for me, and I'll take a look at it. If I end up doing another one of these videos and I choose your comment, I'll be sure to give you a shout out. I do thank you all very much for joining in this video, and until next time, stay foxy everybody. I'll see you all later. Goodbye!